This is Shutters Inc. with Bruce Williams and Glynn Lavender.
Hi, and welcome to episode 561 of Shutters Inc. This is Bruce Williams from shuttersincpodcast.com. And if only you could see what I was seeing. The person disappearing behind the iPhone on my Skype chat is Mr. Glynn Lavender from creativephotoworkshops.com.au. The crazy thing is the case of the iPhone has it's kind of acted like a green screen.
Oh, no.
So it completely obliterated the phone, but
hilarious.
It also obliterated you and just put the fake background behind.
Oh, yeah, look at that. There it goes. I can see it now. But see, the funny thing is I was texting you.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah, because you were saying I'm not online, and I thought I'd type in and tell you I was.
That was hilarious. Anyway, how have you been?
Well, I'm looking better like that, though, with it. You can't see my head. just some shoulders. Yeah, I've been okay. I've been at school holidays are over.
Yeah.
Christ.
An end to the dad jokes.
Oh, thank Christ for the handbasket. So
The
it
internet
was,
breathes a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, so do I. Oh, God, I tell you what, dropped the kids off at school yesterday, first day back, got home at 9 o'clock, woke up at 11:45. It was bloody marvellous. That nap became longer than my normal night's sleep. You know?
Yeah, right. Wow.
So kind of funny, but no, good. I've been okay. Now so I can finally start getting a few things done. Now the kids are, yeah. Mind you, these days it used to be that school holidays would be me taking them out and having to do stuff with them.
Yeah.
Now it's just taking them to places and waiting for them.
Well, they do stuff without you.
Yeah, well, they just do stuff. And I was just thinking tonight, it's like we used to have dinner. And then we'd all, as a family, all sit and watch some shows together before bedtime. And then the eldest one just didn't anymore.
Yeah.
And it was just us and the youngest one. And now the youngest one doesn't anymore. So now it's just me and the wife. And I'm hoping that, soon she won't anymore.
It'll just be you and the cats.
Just me and the cats and the TV or whatever damn show I want. No, that's not. No, me and my lovely missus have a fabulous routine every night of ignoring the kids and watching what we want to watch.
Nice.
It's fabulous. Speaking of watching to watch I want to watch, we've been just finished watching this show called Ripley that I put you on to during the week.
How good is it?
So for those who haven't seen it, first and foremost, for those who haven't seen it, it's called Ripley, Ripley. It's on Netflix.
Yep. It is a serialized version of the movie
The Talented Mr. Ripley.
The Talented Mr. Ripley, thank you.
With Matt Damon and Jude Law.
Yeah.
Was the movie.
Now, I will say, as a general rule, I absolutely avoid like the plague any TV adaptation of a movie.
Oh, I thought you were anything with Matt Damon in it.
No. I generally do not like serialized adaptations of movies.
Generally not good.
Generally, they are not. But what absolutely makes Ripley, as you quite rightly pointed out and what got me interested in giving it a look, is just how well it is shot and composed. And the fact that it's in black and white, it has this beautiful film noir kind of vibe to it.
Very, very Hitchcock.
Yeah. But the composition
I don't think I've seen a television show or even a movie for that matter, where every single scene or multiple times in one scene, the composition is so carefully considered.
I would say the only other movie that comes to mind...
Sin City. There you go.
There we go.
Black and white.
We are totally on the same page. Yeah.
So didn't you message me that the other day? Or was it somebody else?
No, it wasn't me. It might have been somebody else. But yeah, like composition-wise, every shot in Sin City was really well considered as well.
I never felt Sin City, though, felt photographic.
No, because it's meant to look like the graphic comic from which it's derived.
Whereas this feels photographic that's animated. Like there's just every scene is a photograph that's living. Yeah. But you can just sit there and just stare at it as a photograph and go, my God, that is just remarkable.
Totally.
I said I've never a simple act of somebody walking up a set of stairs. Yeah. It's shot from 3 different angles.
Yes.
Each one.
Oh, no. After I said that the bandwidth has been fantastic, and now it's dropping out on us. You are kidding me.
Hello, who is it?
Got you back.
Well, I changed to my 4G on my phone.
Oh.
And hotspotted to my phone.
Yeah, right. And that's rock solid.
So, Bruce, just cut out that bit where I froze and disappeared and we had to call each other 6 times. Don't include that. Don't include that as part of the podcast.
Okay.
Just as a little like tip.
Got it.
There for you. Speaking of having trouble hearing, we've had a little person sent through a few little messages this week saying that had trouble hearing, listening to the podcast this week.
Who?
Well, I don't mention names.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah, but I did say that I was contacted, and I just thought I'd better put it out there to the listeners. So if any of you guys out there listening to us right now, and ladies, of course, if any of you out there listening to us now can't hear us, let us know, and we'll see what's going on, because Bruce is probably stuffing something up. That's what I told Jay. I said, mate, and he's tried to get his daughter to download it on her phone, and she's going, I can't even find it, Dad. And she was looking up Shutters Inc. instead of Shutters Inc. Which I thought was probably more appropriate. But apparently, hey, and if we want to, Bruce, there's no show called Shutters Inc. So we could corner the market on all things shutters, shatters. It's the way it shatters that matters. I think that slogan might have been taken. Anyway, as I was saying before you rudely cut me out, even the simple act of someone walking up a set of stairs, they do 3 completely different angles.
Yes.
Where one, and they're all amazing, but where you could simply have got away with one fabulous composition of a guy walking up the stairs and you go, wow, that's amazing. But we're talking about a 5-second piece of the show. There's 3 different scenes, and they're all 3 different angles of the same thing, and they're all amazing. And this happens over and over through the show. Not that it's chopping and changing every couple of seconds, but you just want to keep pausing and just looking at the compositional brilliance.
The thing that has really struck me, like you're right, like all the shots are amazing, and it doesn't feel like there is even one scene in any episode where that level of care was not taken. It's like every scene.
And we're talking lighting as well.
Oh, it's
gorgeous. And
it's
shot in extremely contrasty black and white. So, I mean, very contrasty, which of course I love anyway. That's sort of my bag baby. But that really adds. I mean, you think incredible lighting, incredible composition. Who cares what the story's about, frankly? We kind of felt that way. I mean, somebody commented on my Facebook, so I put it on Facebook for recommending people watch it, and someone said they got halfway through the first episode and then they had to rewind, start from the beginning because they realised they learned nothing about what the show was about. They were so enamoured with the visuals.
Totally.
Which is quite amazing. So, so if you haven't seen it, folks, people out there, I would highly recommend having a gander. So anyhow, we just waffled off on other stuff. How have you been, Bruce? You been good this last? Has it been 2 weeks or 4 weeks?
It's been 2 weeks, and I have been good. Yep.
By the way, this episode's going as far as lag's concerned. Maybe we might take us 4 weeks just to finish this episode.
Finish recording it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just to hear us. Yeah. Cool.
No, been good. Busy at work.
Really?
And sort of in the planning stages now for Anzac Day, which is Wednesday of next week as we are recording.
Is it really?
Sorry, Thursday of next week.
It's next week already? My goodness.
Yeah.
Is that a public holiday?
This year's flying by. Yeah, it is. Of course it's a public holiday. It's always a public holiday.
Mate, every day's a public holiday. I'd lose track of these things.
It's a non-Glynn public holiday.
So when you have other people hanging around, it's like, what? How inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're doing an outdoor broadcast? Is that what they call those things?
We do. The Newcastle one is quite widely distributed, I believe, simply because of the beautiful backdrop. They hold the dawn service at Nobby's Beach, and they
should hold that later in the day.
Why?
They'd probably get a higher attendance.
Yes. kind of misses the point.
People don't want to get up so early.
That's right. But it does look very nice on the TV with the sun rising over the beach behind the dawn service.
I thought you meant your audio looks really good on the TV.
Oh, it does too. Yeah.
Your audio is as good as Ripley's. Ripley's thing. I could ask you because I was talking to you during the week about someone had made comments about in the news. There was a newspaper article about this show, Ripley, and that some people have been complaining about it.
Yeah, right.
That it was in black and white, and they said, "I know black and white's cheaper, but they should have stuck with colour." But I should also say it's not completely in black and white.
Okay.
There is one very brief scene where I'm not sure if it's spot colour or all colour, but there is a colour scene.
Which scene was that?
Have you watched all of it?
No, I think we're about 6 episodes in.
Okay, so you should be past it. So you've met the cat in the apartment building with the elevator that goes up and down. He watches the elevator go up and watches the elevator go down. We're watching the same show, Bruce.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, you're 6 episodes in.
Right.
So what's happening at the moment? Where is he at the moment?
Well, spoilers.
Well, don't spoil. Just say, where's he living?
He's left Atrani.
Right.
And he's gone somewhere else. Can't remember where he's gone to.
And where's he living, though?
Where's he living? The last thing I think I saw, he was on the train.
He's not living on the train, Bruce.
No, I know that.
Okay, he might be moving to. I can't remember how many episodes in he moves, but maybe it's coming up.
Right.
Look for the colour.
Okay.
See if you can see it, because it's one of those things that sometimes you don't even recognise the colour,
right? Because
you've been so used to black and white.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that happened to us as a kid. You know, we got it was an all-night movie marathon happening on. And in those days, there's like 3 channels in Australia, and there was one movie a week on a Sunday night at 8:30.
Right.
But there was a movie marathon. I think it was either all Friday night into Saturday. Pretty sure it would have been.
Right.
And our parents and started at midnight and went all the way through into the night. And our parents said, "Look, you go to bed, sleep until we'll wake you up just before midnight. We'll bring you down, and you can stay up all night, or as long as you stay awake, and watch the movie." So we're all pretty excited. Me, my brother, my sister, we went to bed. We got up. We started watching the TV. We're all very excited. My mum and dad are standing there with big smiles on their faces, and we're like, "You can go to bed now. You can go. You can go." And they're going, "Don't you notice anything?" And we're going, "What?" And they're going, "The TV." We're going, "What about it?" "It's in colour." So we'd gone from black and white to colour TV.
Oh, wow.
They'd snuck it in that night and set it up, and we hadn't even noticed. So who knows how much they spent, how much they saved, how long they saved for to finally afford a colour television. And 3 kids sit and watch it, didn't even notice for 10 minutes. Oh, God, so pretty bad.
Yeah.
But and some people saying that the composition's annoying, by the way. There's another thing they were saying in that commentary.
I don't understand that. How can composition be annoying?
I know. It's just too good and too often and too many good things to have to look at. It does tire the eyes out looking at beauty. Not that I'd know.
No,
yeah, so you're at the dawn. Back to the dawn service, which is happening. You're going to be up at like Sparrows, like 4 o'clock or something.
Earlier than that.
Really?
Probably 3:30, because they close the roads at 4:30. Yeah. So we've got to be down there before 4:30. We start our broadcast at 5, and it goes till 6, and then we're doing other stuff, and then I'm packing up the OB and then heading back to the radio station.
They should give you the whole day off for that.
They should. Totally should.
Do they?
No.
It's a public holiday, Bruce.
I know.
You just told me that.
Yes, but I get paid public holiday rates.
Which is what, less than normal? Yeah, no, it's less than normal.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, that's good. It means you can afford to buy another piece of kit for your camera with all the extra.
I've ordered another flash.
And ordered another flash. What kind of? Which one did you get again? I can't remember.
So
was the Godox?
No, Yongnuo.
Oh, that's right.
So I've ordered the 560 Mark III because that also has the 2.4 gig receiver built into it. And I noticed when I was browsing around that there's a 560 Mark IV, and I thought, okay, what's the difference between the two? Because they're only about $20 difference.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I went and researched it before I just went, oh, stuff it, I'll buy the 4. Because the difference between the 4 and the 3
is one
is the 4 has the controller built into the flash.
Right, so it's a master flash.
And I've already bought the controller.
Oh.
So it would have been a complete waste to have a second controller built into this flash that I was never going to put on the camera. It was always going to work off the camera. So it actually made sense to buy the 3.
And that's all the difference was?
That's it. That was the only difference. And I thought to myself, why on earth would you want a flash with the controller in it? Because then your flash is anchored to your camera all of the time. You can't move it off camera.
Why can't you?
Because it's the controller.
It's controlling the flashes and not controlling the camera.
No, but how are you going to get the signal from the camera to the flash?
You put a trigger on the flash on the camera.
So
and it triggers the master flash. No, it could be just a basic trigger, and it controls fires the flashes like maybe let's say it's 20 meters away, and then it fires off the other one. So anytime you want to change it, you either walk the 20 meters, change to one button, walk 20 meters back. It's a very logical system.
Of course it is.
You could be doing studio photography, Bruce,
and
you can have the controller on your camera.
Okay.
I know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No, it does not. So anyway, so that should arrive this week. So
you saved $20 and didn't tell the missus.
That's it. It was only, God, what was it, $90 or something? It's like, yeah, it's so cheap now.
There's nothing, is it?
Exactly.
Nothing's worth anything, Bruce.
That's it. So I've got a couple of Yongnuo 460s that need to go on eBay. I'll probably get $10 for them. So
there you go, and it'll cover the return shipping for your new one if it's faulty.
Yeah, there you go. So have you done any photography in the last couple of weeks?
I think I might have taken a photo of my iPhone.
A photo of your iPhone?
No, with my iPhone.
iPhone. Right.
I don't think I did a photo of my iPhone from memory. I might have done. I might have done a photo like reflected in the window.
Right.
No. I mean, we've talked since I shot the concert. We saw the concert photos.
Yeah.
That's right. So I shot. That's the last time I took a photo.
Right.
In anger.
Yep.
I do feel like I've got my cameras out for some reason, but I don't think I actually used them.
Probably to clean them.
But I do have a workshop coming up at the end of the month and the end of next month. So I've got to start getting my brain around it.
Nice.
I've actually started visualizing this off-camera flash shoot I want to do as well. So I've actually started to come out with it. But it's a pain because I need body painters and I need them in the middle of nowhere. And, it's like body painters take hours to do the work in the middle of nowhere. How's that practical? You can't travel with the stuff on. Yep. So the logistic, the shoot's actually going to be the easiest part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So we'll see if we can make that happen.
Nice.
But I'm also doing a talk. A talk to the Berwick Viewfinders Camera Club on April the 29th. So if anyone's in the vicinity of Berwick and Victoria, okay. I'm doing my famous my photos of I don't know why I bother talk.
Yep.
It's a classic. I've only done it once, and I can't remember anything about it. And I just finished rebuilding it. It's 255 pages of PowerPoint long.
Jeez.
I still can't remember anything about it. I finished it, and I genuinely can't remember a damn thing about it. It was a solitary thing. So that'll be. Might have to practice that before I go out. It's the second time doing it. But no, that's it. I'm doing a few talks over the next couple of months. I think it's. Can't remember. I put them on the calendar, then I forget, and then they message me. You are coming tonight, aren't you? I go, of course I am. What the hell? Can someone look after the kids? What do you mean you're 4 hours away? I'm going now, honey. That's only happened once. When they messaged me like 15 minutes before the starting time.
Yeah.
And said, no, actually might have happened twice. Just thinking about it. Wouldn't surprise me. And so you are coming tonight. Oh, when does it start? 15 minutes, I'll be there. Unfortunately, that place was only like 25 minutes away. I might be a few minutes late, and I had to throw the kids in the car and fly down, try and make sure I got all the stuff for the presentation. And, oh, God. But I do tell, like I tell you, make sure you message me the day before to remind me, or it's very, very unlikely it's going to happen. But not only that, Bruce. Yeah, I think I might be just getting a bit forgetful with age, because they had this one time they had to go do his talk at a camera club.
Yeah.
And they messaged me like 15 minutes before it started, said, "You are coming tonight, aren't you?" And I've gone, "Is that tonight?" And I had to throw the kids in the car and fly down. I was going to be like 5-10 minutes late. I'm desperate to make sure I got all the PowerPoint stuff together and try and remember what the talk's supposed to be about. I got there and did it though. So, but I said to him, "You got to message me the day beforehand to remind me, because I'm getting forgetful."
It's like that time.
What? What time? About what?
That time that they rang you 15 minutes before the thing, and
Who did?
And they said, "Are you coming tonight?"
Who? I'm not sure that ever happened. I'm a professional, Bruce. What are you talking about? Never happened. It's like I've never forgotten you. I've never messaged whenever you message saying you're ready to record and you haven't received the message going, "Oh, that's never happened."
Never.
Anyway.
Since 2005, Shutters Inc. has been a labour of love. But beyond the time required to produce it, there is also a financial commitment. If you find value in the podcast and would like to help keep the servers running, hit up the Patreon link, which is in the show notes. Even a couple of dollars a month will help. Much appreciated. Now, back to the podcast.
Okay, so shall we cover some stories?
Oh, if you have to.
Do you want to do yours?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What did I get? I can't remember, because it's been minutes since I looked at it. And I've got. No, I saw that someone's running an AI beauty competition.
Right.
The world's first Miss AI competition, $5,000 cash prize. So it's a beauty pageant where AI-generated women can compete to be crowned the digital equivalent of Miss World. It's a global program of awards dedicated to recognising the achievement of AI creators around the world. I suppose if you're in the field of high, I just hate the whole objectifying of women.
You know what I love about this idea of this competition, right? No. Is that it's the creators who come up with the best prompts are going to win the money.
Yes.
And it'll be the companies who train the AI models who'll be getting their noses out of joint that they're not getting paid for the work that their AI models are doing.
Oh, yeah.
And the shoe will be on the other foot, because you've had them pilfering all of these images for the last God knows how many years to train the model and not having paid for any of that.
So by the model, you mean the AI model, not the AI model?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
So I think it's
a beautiful way of putting the shoe on the other foot.
It's I've got to say, I hate the fact that it has to be objectifying women again to be some. But I did see something briefly. I think it was Adobe. I'm pretty sure is paying people $7.25 a minute for video footage.
Wow!
To help train their AI.
What, you video yourself?
I'm not sure what specific video they want, but
wow!
I'm sure I did see something along that line, and there we are. Adobe Day. No, that's not it. That was quality content. That right there. Well, look here. NASA urged to offer its advanced imaging system in search for Loch Ness Monster. I don't think there's much point, because they haven't found any aliens with it pointing the other way, have they?
That's it.
What's the point? What's the point of that? Oh, photographer dies after being swept into the ocean whilst photographing big waves.
What are you reading from?
I'm reading Peter Pixel's page.
Oh, well, come back to your actual list.
Oh, here, I found it. Now I went to the next. There it is. It is Adobe. Adobe will buy your videos. Oh, here we go. For up to $7.25. So look at your content, Briscoe. I'll give you a cent. Cent a minute. Send us 100 minutes. We'll give you $1. Australian tech and software companies working on developing generative AI, artificial intelligence platforms. And really, who isn't doing that these days, are in dire need of content to help train their. What do you mean they're in dire need? They've been stealing it, as you quite rightly pointed out. They've been stealing it for years. Maybe they're all getting caught now. Yeah. But training AI models that create still photos is hard. training a video generation model is even more hard. Oh, no, even more challenging. There we go. I actually did a AI-generated talking, moving avatar promotion of myself today on Facebook.
I saw it.
It's a little South African man talking about my workshops coming up on the 27th and saying it's going to be bloody marvellous. That's probably not a very good South African accent when you think about it. Based on the amount of money and clip duration Adobe wants, the reported payments work out to around $2.60 per minute for the submitted video, although it can range up to as much as $7.25. That's if you like putting in Oscar-worthy stuff, I'm guessing.
Right.
But that seems kind of fair, you know. It's like, so if you had like your NAS drive online, and you could create a separate folder that allows Adobe to dip in as they used to have the old search for extraterrestrial intelligence SETI, where it would use banks of people's computers from around the world to analyze signals.
Yep.
Right. And you could have when your computer running in the background and be just constantly searching for signal, looking through old footage or whatever. Well, Adobe and all these other AI could do the same thing. They could pay you a nominal fee, maybe, I don't know, free Photoshop membership for the month, every month, to have access to your photos to use for AI training. Mm-hmm. That'd be fairly appealing.
To some, yep.
Well, you think if you're an amateur photographer, and you're just doing it for your own fun, and it saves you the $25 or whatever dollars a month Adobe fee to have Photoshop.
Is it that cheap?
I don't know. I don't pay the bills. That's my wife is for. I don't know what anything costs. But that could be a kind of a model that would work. And it keeps getting, as you add more photos, it keeps getting new stuff to work on.
Yep.
I don't know. Just an idea. But anyway, what were you saying? That was me.
Go back to the rest of your list.
AI beauty contest. Well, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of AI again, Bruce, this company's working on synthetic memories.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Use it. So there's some photos here. This photo, in parentheses, was made from an 84-year-old woman's memory.
Yeah, right.
So she describes what she remembers.
Yep.
And this AI system generates an image using as much of the information as they can. So imagine if you had a couple of photos. So this one here, it seemed recently worked with an 84-year-old woman from Barcelona called Maria, and she had vivid memories of peering out from a balcony as a child to try and catch a glimpse of her father, who was incarcerated in a prison opposite where they lived.
Oh.
Right. Not that this photo looks anything like that. I'm not sure if that's the photo. They're quite linking the things together. Oh, no, that's a bit further down. So all of this is the back of two kids' heads looking out through a fence over the buildings that probably would have been there. So, I mean, you can use your GPS, you can use your historical photo records and all that sort of stuff, and it can generate these childhood memories into an actual thing you can show other people.
Yeah.
And it's quite fascinating. But and the strange thing is they're saying that the older AI image models work best for some reason.
Yeah, right.
The early images that produce flawed images actually work better because the new ones are so detailed that as soon as you can see detail, you look at the detail, and then you realise the detail is not actually what you saw or thought or remembered.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a bit blurry, a bit flawed, a bit dreamy, it lets your imagination fill in a lot of the gaps.
Yeah, nice.
So they're really worried that they will turn off support for this older generation stuff, and they won't be able to keep utilising this tool. Yeah.
Wow.
But you would think maybe the new AI could be told to produce images like the old AI.
I was going to say, I'm sure there
if
are
if it was actually intelligent.
Yeah.
But I just think that's a fascinating new world of imagery, because people can paint their memories, but this is photographic-ish style. I don't know. I just think that there could be a thing that who knows where it could be in 20 years' time.
Oh. Frightening to think.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't need a camera because you could just think about what you saw and be able to produce images of it.
Yeah, but there's been a great meme, not so much a meme as a screenshot of somebody's tweet floating around. I've seen it on Facebook a couple of times over the last week or so that absolutely nails this idea. It said, the problem with AI is it's all back to front. I want AI to do my washing and whatever so I can work on my art. I don't want AI doing my art so I've got time to do my washing.
Exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? The poor get worse off. Oh, God. That's very true.
The Godox retro style flash.
Well, have a little click on that link. It's a pretty cute looking little piece of old 50s sort of style, and it's all manual, so you got to dial in the kind
of reminds you of the old press photographers, doesn't it?
Exactly. And the bulb popping out after you're taking a shot. Speaking of, in Ripley, there's a scene where there's a press photographer taking photos, and after he does it's nighttime, he does the flash bulb, and he presses the button and the globe ejects and lands, and he puts another globe in. Yeah. But he's taken these photos, and then those photos end up in the newspaper the next day. Yeah. But there's an error because the photos in the newspaper the next day are the same, look like the same angles and everything they're shooting, but the one they're taking the photo of, the guy has a hat on, and the ones in the newspaper he doesn't.
Oh, no.
It's like, guys, you had one job.
Continuity error.
You had one job. Yeah. So it was kind of funny. But I thought it was just a pretty cute-looking little flash. And if you've got one of those retro old cameras, like an old Olympus Pen digital camera or a Fuji X100Vs or whatever, any of those sorts
something that's a rangefinder-style camera.
Yeah. I reckon they'd be pretty. They're like $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nothing. Yeah, so I just thought that was a bit cute. And I really do like stuff coming out that's not just the same boring black box camera stuff again. Yashica are doing another Kickstarter project where they've got this blue square box camera with 3 different lenses you can have for, but it looks like a matchbox almost, but probably 3 times the size. But it's just coming out with this whole new concept of basic photography. But like back in the old days, we used to sell, back when I was a kid, in the photo industry, we used to sell the little Pentax 110 cameras.
Right.
And so it took 110 film, but they had interchangeable lenses. So you had the camera, they had a little motor drive that you could put on the bottom, and a flash you could click on the top, and then it had like 4 or 5 different lenses you could get for it, and filters to go on that. So it's a full SLR type system, all in this little micro size.
But in 110 format.
It was so cool. Yeah, it was the photos are crap because it was 110. Yeah. But you used to be able to get this little aluminium case, which is all perfectly form fitted for the whole kit. Yeah, and it was so cool.
I have fond memories from the early days of my photography where you remember the disposable flashes that had 4 of them and you turn them around?
The flash cubes.
I remember those. Yeah, that's right, flash cube.
And then there's the ones that were 10, which would go up like a stick, so they were tall.
I don't think I ever saw those.
Yeah, and the globes are stacked on top of each other, and as you fired them, they went up one at a time up this little thing. But the flash globe used
so it was basically just a series of fuses that would blow.
Yeah, and every time you go, and the flash cubes, they used to rotate itself automatically. I think every time you took a photo and you wound the camera on. I
was going to say I have a vague recollection of winding the film on and it actually rotating the flash cube at the same time.
They were like $10 for like three of the sets of 4 or something.
We're aging ourselves in public now, Glynn.
It's the early 80s, my friend. That was
late 70s, maybe. So.
Well, I'm not that old. I didn't start in the photo business till 81, so I can only go from then. And I wasn't into photography before that, so maybe you are older than me, but maybe you've been into photography longer than I have.
Maybe. I think I got my first camera around about 77 or 78.
I think I had a camera.
Yeah.
But I don't think I had any interest.
Right.
like a little Kodak box brownie or something, and once a year you'd go on holidays for a day and a half or something, and you'd take it with you and take 2 shots, because that's what. And then 14 years later you get it developed, because it's when you finally finish the film.
Yeah.
But that was like, I remember back in the early days, people would bring in a roll of 36 and they'd have 4 Christmases on it.
Yeah.
It's such a different world, And I took more photos of my cat this afternoon sleeping on a cushion, which he does every day. So it's nothing than most people would have done, than I would have done in like a year, as a kid,
Yeah.
Nuts. Have you got anything to talk about, or are you just leaving all the work to me?
Philip Johnson sent us an email with a link to a Petapixel story called The Ethics of Photo Editing, Truth, Lies and Views of the World.
Really?
Yes.
Did you look at it?
Oh, I looked at the pictures. I haven't read the article.
Did you send the article to me so I can have a look at it?
I thought you would have received the email, but maybe you didn't.
I don't recall.
Anyway.
Usually if it's anything to like Shuttersing, it goes straight to spam. That's a routine I set up a while back.
Of course it is. Let me find the little chat window, and I will flick that link through to you right now.
You don't know what the gist. You don't know what the gist of the.
Well, basically, it's really old photos that have had artificial manipulation to make certain objects look larger than they were.
Yeah, it was like this is like the postcards from the 50s are all like that. We'd have, and the classic example is a horse and cart carrying a ginormous popcorn kernel.
Piece of corn,
Not kernel, piece of corn,
And as they call it.
So that's what I said, photos never lie. Every photo's a lie.
Yep.
If the photo is a police photograph used in court, additional documentation to certify it's true and accurate. So I did a research project very early days in the digital for Victoria Police,
right,
to try and help them come up with digital photos that they could use in court and prove that they weren't manipulated.
Right.
So I had to go and just try to find a way for them to buy to shoot digitally rather than with film, and not ever have the image questioned. And I managed to do it for them. And the only way it was possible at the time was using Sony digital cameras,
right? But
the ones that use the little mini CDs, little CD-ROMs.
Oh, okay.
Little, not 10 centimetres, it's more than 5 centimetre CD-ROMs, because they were worm, write once, read many time. So you shoot it once, and that's it. So the police could take that photo on that CD.
Yep.
Into court and be irrefutable proof that it had never been tampered with.
Yeah.
So they were hugely thankful, because it was a massive dilemma for them.
Yeah.
It might have been 97, 98, something like that. So it was very early days in digital.
Yeah.
It might have taken till 99 to find something. I can't really quite remember. But it was a huge project I was on for 2 years or something, working with them to find proper and but also to look at all the other ways that it could be exploited, and all the other ways for whenever they were confronted with photos, how they could look for ways of seeing if they were fake and stuff like that as well. So
about 20 years ago, I was involved with ICAC, which here in New South Wales,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Independent Commission Against Corruption, which is basically a government agency that is set up to look into corruption within other government agencies, and then not do
anything about it. That's
well, no, not the case.
Oh, sorry. Then not to do anything about it if they're above a certain level. If it's low-level flunkies.
I remember the investigator that I worked with saying, the same thing, where we were working with surveillance audio and I was cleaning that up to a point where we could make things audible so that they could present it in court. Having to maintain a chain of evidence as to,
of course,
this audio came from this source and it was recorded onto this computer, it was processed in this software, and just having to maintain, this, as they call it, a chain of evidence. Similar kind of thing as to what you were discussing.
The only thing I remember about ICAC, though, is that your premier, the head of your state, was found to be corrupt, and they didn't do anything about it. They just let her off. Because, as I said, above a certain level, certain pay grade, they get off being corrupt, you know.
Right.
God. What a world. What a world. That wasn't that long ago. It was a few years ago.
Yeah,
a couple of years.
I was working with them 20 years ago.
Yeah. So, did you learn how to be corrupt, though? It's like you go to jail to learn to be a better criminal. You know, you go to ICAC to learn to be a better criminal too.
Yes.
How does this fraud thing work? Tell me.
A couple of weeks ago, in our last episode, I mentioned that Carl Hemmings had sent me something or other about Jared Poland, Frono's photo, going off his nut about something or other and blah, 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 blah. We told Carl...
I think that's exactly how you said it, actually.
Pretty much. We told Carl, come back with some more info. Carl came back with a link to the Instagram
video... the fro going off.
...of the fro going off his nut. And I watched the video... And he basically was saying that Shutterstock, the website where you can buy images, had on their site AI-generated images that were sexually suggestive. They weren't explicit, but they were certainly suggestive. And that they featured children as the primary subjects. And Fro was going off his nut, that Shutterstock had them on their site for sale, and that Petapixel, having done a story about that, had included screenshots from Shutterstock in their article. And Fro was basically going, shame on Petapixel for putting that up because it was not necessary to do so. And he said in his video, I know that you guys are going to go out and look for this stuff now that I've, gone mental about it. That's the
problem, isn't it? Yeah.
And so I did. I went looking for it, found the Petapixel page. It's disturbing AI images of children found for sale on Shutterstock. And at the bottom of the article, there is an update that says the original version of this article contained screenshots from Shutterstock's website showing the disturbing images being offered for sale. We heard the feedback from readers that their inclusion was unnecessary and offensive. Thank you to everyone who let us know. We've since removed the screenshots and apologised for their original inclusion. And Shutterstock has also now taken those images down for breach of their user terms.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say that they had any knowledge the stuff was on there? Because...
Mate, you can imagine the quantity of material that's hitting the Shutterstock servers on a daily basis. It would be like whack-a-mole trying to keep up with that stuff.
Yeah. So, if you're going to... I can understand why they'd want to have images in the article.
Yeah.
Because that way they're not just saying it; they're actually saying, "Yes, look, this is." But you would blur. You could show the link. It was in the page, or the sort of the Shutterstock logo, but blur out the actual images.
Yeah,
this is it here. This is where they are. This is once again not leading people to go look for them, but actually just blur out the offensive content itself.
Yeah.
But I've had a problem with Japanese anime for donkey's years as well, for little schoolgirls and stuff all sexualized. It's like, I'm not sure how an AI. I didn't see the images, so I can't say. But I'm not sure why there's not more of an uproar about that sort of stuff. Frankly, that seems to be deemed acceptable for kids to look at. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but thanks for sending that through, Carl.
Yeah, thank you, Carl. So that's me done for another episode.
Done and dusted. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah. Useless. It wasn't very good. This is terrible, Bruce. We had no useful. This is like normal programming, but nothing useful. Nothing.
We did a good analysis of the show Ripley. That was useful.
Oh yeah, fair enough. If nothing else, we introduced people who didn't know about it.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix for those that are interested. Yeah,
it's like a community service.
That's right.
Or for your favourite BitTorrent legal pirate downloader. What? What? Where'd that come from, Bruce? You shouldn't say stuff like that. You're a terrible man. So that's it. We're done. We're finished.
That's it for another fortnight.
We're out here. No, let's leave it 2 weeks this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good idea.
much better.
Let's do that. All right, mate.
All right, bye, everybody.
See ya.
Oh, actually, before you go, this is breaking news.
Yeah.
Did you know the beginning of our Shutters Inc. episodes? There's a woman talking.
No.
There is. I heard it this week.
What were you doing listening? Did you push the wrong button on your phone?
No, because the guy was saying I can't get it. The episode's not working. So I'll check it in my end. And press some woman started talking, Bruce.
That's right.
What's that about? Is that AI?
No. That is Annabelle Stevenson, who is an Australian actress. Is a bit of a cutie, just quietly. But I
don't sexualise people, Bruce.
No, sorry.
And this is me.
I worked with her a couple of years ago, and
you said, "Look, whilst we've got 5 minutes, can you say?" So has this been going for a few years?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Nice to know you've not listened to a single episode.
Well, that's a turnip for the books, I'll tell you right now. Fancy that. Oh, well, that's it. It's not news to anybody then. Forget the breaking news bit.
That's it.
Yeah. People may have heard it already.
The breaking news is that Glynn listened to the start of an episode.
Yeah, only until I think all I heard was, had she started something like "Welcome to," something, and they'll cut it off after that. I heard like 3 words.
Yeah, I can't think what the exact wording is now.
Something like that. But I heard like there might have been a bit of music, then 3 words. I dozed off, and then I woke up and turned it off because it's. No, it was but there we go.
Yep.
Female introduction.
Yep. It's been there.
Do
for
we
a
have
long
background
time.
music still behind us talking? No. Oh, good. You used to do that, didn't you?
Yeah, very early days. Yep.
Really? There you go.
Yeah.
Fancy that. All right. My job here is done.
Have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.
You've been listening to Shutters Inc. For questions, comments, and feedback, email theboys@shuttersincpodcast.com.